lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I post super cool hair videos every single Friday, so make sure you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post. Today, instead of being here with my sister to show you a lovely style on her, I'm actually here with this lovely mannequin with gorgeous hair. This mannequin has much longer hair, so there's a lot of styles that work great on long hair that I can now show you, which is super awesome. So today, I'm going to show you how to do a super gorgeous fishtail braid just like this one. So if you want to learn how to do that, just keep on watching. Alright, so to start off this fishtail braid, I have decided to take the top half of her hair and just pull it up into a ponytail. And putting some sort of elastic around it will make it easier to braid, so that when you're holding it, you don't have to hold the hair up and in place like this. You can just focus on the actual braid. But if you want to, you can take this elastic out after you finish your braid, or once you feel confident in fishtail braiding, you don't have to put the elastic in at all. So this is called a braid, however, instead of dividing this hair into 3 sections, we're going to divide it into 2 equal sections. Now to start this braid, you're going to start on whichever side you want. I'm going to choose to start on the left side, just because that's how I normally start my braids. And you're going to take a small section from the outer back area. So you want to kind of come under your left section and pick up a small section of hair. You're going to take it from the left section and you're going to cross it over to the right section. And so now it's part of the right section. And so we can see that cross right there. And we're going to do the same thing on this right side. You're going to pick up a section kind of from the back. And you're going to pick it up and you're going to cross it over to the left section. And so now we can see what's going to be happening, and we've completed the first stitch of our fishtail braid. Now you can see as I'm letting go, this is kind of drooping down. And so I'm going to re-hold it and tighten it up. In order to keep your fishtail braids fairly tight, you do want to hold your hands really close to where you're braiding. Now we're back to the left side. So to complete our next stitch, we're going to pull another piece, and we're going to cross it over. And we're going to keep doing this down just as far as you want to go. Fishtail braiding, because you're taking these smaller sections, does take a lot more time to cover the same amount of ground on the hair. And so it might be a lot slower at first than you would be on a normal braid. But that's okay, just keep going, and if you only want to do a few inches, you can. It's still a nice accent braid, even if you don't braid all the way down. So one thing I like to do to hold it is I like to put my thumb on this piece I just crossed over so I can release this hand, so it makes it easier for me to grab a new piece. So if I still had to hold this, it would make it pretty hard to grab a section. So I'm holding this right section in my hand and just putting my thumb on the section I just crossed over. And so now I can let this hand go. I'm holding everything in one hand. And now I can use this hand to take a section that I'm about to cross over. And now I'm going to do that in reverse. I'm going to take everything in my left hand and put my thumb on the section that just crossed, so that my right hand is free to pick up another section of hair. And I'm going to grab that and cross it over. And I'm just going to keep doing this and alternating back and forth all the way down the head. If you want to make your fishtail braids take less time, you can take bigger chunks of hair each time you take a section to cross over. So like here, if I want to I can take a bigger chunk, and if I continue taking bigger chunks all the way down, it will make the fishtail braid take less time. Or you can take really small sections if you want a really fine, detailed fishtail braid. And that's something you can just play around with and see what you personally prefer, as well as you can use different ones to create different looks depending on what you're going for or what part of the head you're putting a fishtail braid on. And so for this style, I've decided that this is about as far down as I want to braid. And I'm going to tie off this braid. And to tie this off, you can tie it off just like you would normally do. You just take all your sections and you mash them all together and just tie it off. And so there's a completed fishtail braid. If you want, this is a totally completed style that I used to wear in my hair all the time when it was longer. Or you can just use this to practice your fishtail braiding. If you have a particular hairstyle you want me to make a tutorial on, or a certain hair product you want me to try out, comment that down below. Bye!